Because this group of boys used to come there. Then they came, about 4 of them. Then they switch off the light. They gave me 100 shillings. So I put it on the table because we are family. I put it on the table. Then they switch off the light. They took the money. We looked for that money for 1 hour. The next thing, I was hearing my back. Someone used tool to hit my back.
What?
I was down flatted. Then they called people. Mwizi, ameiba pesa yetu. Then now the village already, there was some suspicion. They didn't want me, of course, because even the way they used to treat me. I was beaten until I couldn't walk. So far, I've fed 100,000 street kids.
Wow.
I've educated 48,000 street kids. I've rescued 90,000 street kids.
Wow.
With my hands.
That is so amazing.
I've never gone to any man abroad to contribute to feed the street kids. No.
You have done this with your bare hands.
I kneel down every day.
Oh my God. Wow.
And I tell God, if you truly told me to do it, then provide it.
Pearl Radio, the home of fresh and classic hits.
My guest is live in studio, is none other than Sifa Favor. Yes, karibu sana bro.
Thank you so much.
Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Man, it's been a minute.
Kabisa.
Hey, na umegrow bana. Unakula nini?
Nasema tu ni Mungu. Imekuwa kitambo.
Yeah, the last time we were together was which year? Which was that?
I can't remember.
Ilikuwa kitambo sana. But back then I still serving in media.
Wow.
Yes. Karibu sana Sifa Favor.
Yes.
So Sifa Favor, is this your original name ama tukituma M-Pesa tutapata jina ingine tofauti?
Yeah, Sifa Favor is my name. Yeah, I was given Sifa by my mom. But when I joined church, I changed because of maybe tukiendelea people will be able to understand where the Sifa Favor is coming from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sawa. Now, because we want to know Sifa Favor and just want to do a background check. Sifa Favor, where were you raised, and also how many are you in your family?
I was born in Nandi County, a place called Kaptumo, Msombor. Then I was raised in Kitale.
You're born in Nandi and raised in Kitale?
Yeah, I was raised in Kitale, a place called Cherengani, Sinyereri. Yeah, but my mom, by grace of God, I think I'm the only boy in our family. We are 3. I have my stepsister, who is our elder sister, and I have my stepsister, who is also our younger sister.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how so you're the firstborn?
No, I'm the second born.
The second born, they get to shield from the firstborn kidogo. So how was life now being raised in upande wa Kitale?
Maybe I should start with Nandi. My mom got married to my father in Nandi. And my father happened to die when I was 1 year old.
Wow, sorry for that.
So my mom was chased out of the village where we used to stay. And then she went to Nandi. Nandi, then we didn't have, Nandi town was very far. So the only place that my mom could have lodged was a place called Msombor. The people who are in Nandi understand that place. So that's where my mom used to be. And then at the age, I think my mom got married in between hapo katikati. That's why I have my younger sister, my step younger sister. That when I was 6 years old, my mom died.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but it was quite challenging for me. And for your information, I think we were the richest people then in that area.
How?
Yeah, because my mom had everything. We had a bicycle, because then bicycle was the only.
Which year are we talking about now?
1993, Yeah. Then
Aki, you are rich.
yeah.
I do.
And then we had this black and white TV.
The Great Wall.
Yeah. So, and people used to come in our house by day to eat chapati. So, and chapati used to happen on every Saturday. So, I think for me then, we were very rich.
You know, back in the days, chapati was only for Christmas. A period like this.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, before my mom died, I had something in my heart. I was young, but I used to go to school early in the morning, and I see these kids these chokoras are sleeping on the street. And I used to cry. I was, I think, 4 years. And I used to, sometimes that I don't want to go to school. But now it happened that it pushed me and to a point whereby I used to steal food in our home and then take to them. When my mom has cooked ugali, that ugali that I've slept, then the following morning you guys will use it to drink tea.
Yeah.
At night maybe I'll steal and then go throw it to them. They will eat. So I used to hide a lot of ugali, steal a lot of ugali. That's what I used to do. But little did I know that was going to become my family for 18 years.
So at this point, you're doing this because your mom died when you were age 6.
Yes.
So probably you've been doing this maybe when you're 4 years.
Before my mom died.
Before your mom died.
I used to steal ugali for food, any food,
Yeah.
even rice, even chapati, anything that I never used to care that, this our pocket, you have to have like polythenes for you to be able to carry something like soup.
Yeah.
I used to collect those ndengu and all that. Then I put it in my pocket. No matter how hot it is, I never used to care. My mind was always, how can this, where are their parents? I used to ask my mom. And my mom used to beat me, but at some point she saw that, this is your passion. Okay, anyway, I'll just do it. Then my mom now happened to die. I remember it was October. It was raining. And I was in school. And I saw an ambulance came to pick me in school. I was like, nah, it's all well. And then I had an auntie, because then we used to have 2 nannies. You can imagine.
Yeah.
That year you have 2 nannies. So I saw them coming, and then they were telling me, let's go. So my younger sister now, who was 2 years old now, she's the one who was at home. Then I asked, is all well? Me, I'm a man who used to ask questions.
Yeah.
So then I was picked. Then they took me to Nandi Hospital, I remember. And then my mom had not died. But my mom was calling all of us. So I was called, and then my mom hugged me tightly. And then she told me, you are my son. And I love you so much. And I want to teach you something. Pray for me. I said, Mom. She told me, pray for me, heal me. And I say, in Jesus' name, Mom, you're healed. That's it. That was the last prayer that I prayed. Then from there, my mom was returned home because the doctor said that they could not identify anything.
Yeah.
There was nothing they were seeing. Then when my mom was returned home, so she came that night, I remember. And then all our workmates came, because my mom used to work under this company called Anwing and Son. They used to make this ndoani hook ya kutega samaki.
Yeah.
So then I remember there were so many people in our home. Then I was told to go and sleep. Imagine I didn't sleep. I went to the street to play football at night with the street kids while guests are in our home at age 6 at night. I remember very well. So then you know nowadays you cannot walk in the street and get money. but then we used to okota pesa anyhow.
Siku hizi watu wameshona mfuko vizuri
kabisa. So there was so many, so we knew there's a place that lorry ilikuwa ikianguka, then we go and we chimba that place, we will get money. So it was like our own bank where we knew that we were going to get that money. So we went there at night with this to torch to let 10 bob, 5 bob then. Then was, I think was 2 bob then. Then we get those money and then we go to these shopkeepers, we buy things, we play. Then at around 4 a.m, imagine till 4 a.m, nobody knows where I am because people are full at home. I heard noise, people were crying. Oh my God. Then there's another street kids who told me that, bro, ni kwenu. That was, I don't know what happened, but I just found myself in hospital. That was the last word I heard. When he told me, bro, ni kwenu, my mind immediately went to my mom. And then I think I collapsed. I was very far. Then they carried me. A distance of about 5 kilometers. Because then akukuwa na manyumba mingi. The land was so mtu akipiga nduru, especially Nandi, those space. So mtu akipiga nduru, you can hear. So now from there they carried me and then they brought me somewhere. Then nikapepetwa. I think they decided to take me to a hospital called Savani. That's all I can remember. That's how my mom died. Now when my mom died, life began.
So at this particular point now, when you've just encountered the loss of your mom, you know, after now you guys being chased from your home and after your dad passing away and all that, so how was now life, you know, considering in as much you're very young that time?
I was very, very young. But our stepdad took us we went to stay in Kitale. That's why I say I was raised in Kitale.
Oh, so actually your mom remarried again?
Yes, my mom remarried again.
Okay.
That's why we got our younger sister. Yeah. So she got married in Kitale, a place called Sinyereri, Cherengani. Now, after, now at that time, as a stepdad, he couldn't do much. And then there's this belief that I think most of African have, that when you are a boy or a man, they always see land. So I think them, when they saw me, they saw something else. That's where now my journey began. I'm telling you, Kagiri, I went through hell in that village. I was at age 8 now. I remember I never used to go to school. Nobody was willing to take me to school. I used to walk. Those people who are coming from Kitale, maybe you are listening. I used to walk from Kitale, that is Cherengani, Sinyereri, a place called Afia, to Sinyereri Primary. Sometimes I go to Chebarus Primary. That's like 21 kilometers.
What?
Every morning. I'm looking for school by myself. Then I get there, they chase me because I don't have anybody who can acknowledge me as who can take care of me then. So I used to enter in these shambas. Kitale, they plant a lot of maize. Then I used to enter, then I help someone kulima, kupanda. At that age, I get some money, I go back home. When I go back home, I have to pass through a river to shower, then wear a uniform. Then I go back home. Tell people, nasoma. I'm in Chebarus Primary. Nasoma. But in the morning, when I go to, as if I'm going to school, I'll have to look for a kibarua to do it. And then I'll get 60 shillings, I'll get 100 shillings. Then one day, there's this where I used to stay. Now the auntie to my stepdad, she used to sell this kerosene. And then I was sent kerosene. Then I brought it. She didn't give me enough money, so I add my money because this is the only thing that feeds us. Then I add my money and then I brought it. Then later on, I think there are a group of boys in that village now came to buy kerosene, because that was the only place they used to come and buy kerosene at night. Then there's this group of boys used to come there. Then they came, about 4 of them. Then they switch off the light. They gave me 100 shillings. So I put it on the table, because we are family. I put it on the table. Then they switch off the light. They took the money. We looked for that money for 1 hour. The next thing, I was hearing my back. Someone used tool to hit my back.
What?
I was down flatted. Then they called the people. Mwizi, ameiba pesa yetu. Then now the village already, there was some suspicion. They didn't want me, of course, because even the way they used to treat me. I was beaten until I couldn't walk. My back, my upper, let me say, you see my waist,
Yeah.
My waist downwards and my waist upwards were separated. It was so evident that I couldn't even stand. I couldn't even walk. My legs were beaten. You can imagine, I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
I was beaten thoroughly. So nilikuwa najivutia tu chini, natambaa, nalia, sijachukua pesa. But the moment I cried, the more I cried, the more they beat me. The more I defend myself, the more they beat me. So I pretended as if someone was dead. I didn't breathe for like few minutes for me to be released now. And they took me, they call a boda. They say, huyu amekufa, acha tumpeleke wapi? Mortuary. But now there's this boda guy who knew me, because alikuwa ananiona. Then akukuwa na hizi, when I say boda is not motorbike, it is bicycle. Yes. So because Western, they believe in bicycle sana. So this guy took me, but he discovered I'm not dead. Then akaniingiza kwa room tu hapo. Kaniambia, hata saa hii kuna wezi nje, we can't go, ndaibiwa baiskeli, wacha halali, tutafute gari. Believe you me, nililala, I slept without eating. I've not eaten from morning. I'm hungry, but I don't have energy. Around 3 a.m., 3:40, 3:30 hapo a.m., I saw someone like an angel. That image has never left me. That person came and lifted me from where I was sleeping. I walked from Kitale Sinyereri to Kitale town, almost 100 kilometers.
Wow.
I walked. Remember yesterday, I couldn't even walk.
Yeah, because of even the injuries and all that.
So before I get to Kitale, I got there's this matatu, we used to call them Jesus is Lord. I boarded. I stopped a matatu because I had an energy that I could not explain. Unusual energy that I could not explain. This strength, where is it coming? Unusual confidence. Then I stopped a matatu and then nikapanda. They were called Jesus is Lord then. So kupanda kufika town, Kitale town, nguvu ikaisha. I went back to my yesterday situation. And this guy said, hao ndio wezi wametoka mlimani kukuja kutuibia, ndio wezi wa ng'ombe. This guy ameiba ng'ombe. Hizi ni mshale, ametoroka. Then they brought a tire in Kitale town. Wakaniekea tire vizuri tu.
What?
So my mouth wanted, my heart is speaking, but my mouth, words can't come out. And there's just a woman. She's called Mama Florence. Even I've just texted her. She's listening. She's called Mama Florence in Kitale. She stood up and said, kama kuna mtu ajuu chungu ya mwana, kill him. The stones that people were carrying, kila mtu alikuwa anaangusha chini. Then she asked the owner of matatu, because what brought this incident is because I could not pay 50 bob for matatu. That is the reason why these people were angry. You know, sometimes the conductor, the way they are.
Yes.
Then she paid 100 shillings. Then 2 women carried me, wakanibeba tu chini, wakachukua leso wakatandika, so nikachukuliwa nikalala hivi, nikapandishwa hivi kwa leso. Then I was taken to Kitale District Hospital. Kitale District Hospital wakasema this case we can't take him to Bungoma. Then there's no money, nobody's willing. Even she was afraid because now this bill nani atalipa.
And how old were you when this happened?
I was 8 years old.
Still 8 years old?
Yes, that happened when I was 8. Just 2 years after my mom, because I was staying in that village.
Oh my goodness.
So it was so pain, but there's a doctor who stood with me. Alini treat for like few months, then nikaamuka. When I woke up now, I say I'm not going back. I'm going back to this street. Nilitembea kutoka Kitale town mpaka Eldoret. Where am I going? I'm going to Nandi. That's where my family is. Nikafika Eldoret town, miguu zilikuwa zimefura, uso imefura.
How are you even managing to walk all these distances and you have a very tender age?
I'm telling you, I didn't know why. My focus was how can I get to Nandi. That's all. At night nilikuwa natembea. Those people who knows the barabara, the road from Kitale to Eldoret, the way is dangerous at night. Upite Moss Bridge, Matunda, as you're going. I was walking. Nikafika Eldoret 4 days later. I was tired, miguu zimefura. Nilifika stage kwa petrol station, I remember. That's where I slept. Then there is there's this mabasi from Eldoret to Nairobi now. There's a man who saw me, but what he saw my tears, and then he asked me, "Utakunywa maji?" See, I couldn't even say a word, even to mention my name. I don't have anything that can identify me. Miguu imefura. Ukifungua huku my waist, there are so many bandages because mwili japona vizuri. But who am I drank that water na nikaanza napita Moi University, that shortcut. I'm going to Nandi to look for my family. Little did I know that was the beginning of my suffering in the street. I met a man who told me, kuja twende. He took me back to Kitale and say, unaweza ishi hapa. Stop struggling. Uko hivyo is dangerous. It's too dangerous for you. Stay here. That's why I went back to Kitale. And from there, life ya street ikaanza. I became a street boy in Kitale. I used to live in a place called Kipsongo, Matisi. I used to okota this chokora. I okota food I eat. I went back to that woman, she recognized me, akaanza kunipea job ya kukata mboga. So you know this mama mboga, they cut with their hand. So she began teaching me. And then she used to pay me 10 shillings a day. So that 10 shillings, I managed to save that 10 shillings until ikafika 40 shillings. Because at some point, maybe kichwa inakuuma, I used to buy, I used like 3 bob to buy Panadol, you know, to save 7 bob. That's what I used to do. Then at least ikafika 40. There's a old man. It was not old then. It's called Maina Kama. That Kama guy used to sell kangumu. I told him, mi sina wazazi, nifunze tu kupika tu, I'll know. And he began training me, teaching me how to do kangumu. That was at the age of 10, 11. At the age of 13 now, I went back to where I used to work. I began selling kangumus. I sold that kangumu and nikaanza kusave dough. Kusave dough.
Na ulikuwa naishi wapi at this particular time?
No, nilikuwa naishi tu kwa street. Yeah, you don't have a place to stay. So kwa street, you know, street kids like living near the river because that is the only place they feel safer. Yeah, ukikuja kuwasumbua na rukanga kwa maji na wanaenda. Yeah, that's where street kids lie. That's the reason why most of the time, even here in Nairobi, you'll find them living near the rivers, because that's the only place they always feel safe.
Yeah.
So hapo tu Kitale, hapo Kipsongo, nikachimba shimo kubwa sana.
Yeah.
And then nikachukua cow dung. I took the cow dung, hiyo samadi ya ng'ombe. And then when you use cow dung, this termites hizo aziezi toboa hiyo shimo tena.
Yeah.
So I used the cow dung to create a bank for myself. Then I took this what do you call this paint cylinder, empty. I washed it very well and then I put it down. That's where I began saving my money.
Wow.
I started dropping the money daily.
Kwa cow dung.
Yes, hapo ndani daily. By the time it was getting to December 2020, ilikuwa December 22nd, because my birthday is 23rd December. So I said, I had vowed in my heart that God, if I was to come here and die, let me die. But if I was come here and help, let me help. When I called this Kama guy who stood as my dad then in the street, I told him, nime save pesa, because now the business was growing. So he began teaching me many things. I bought my first bicycle while I was in the street. I started renting the house. Then Kipsongo house, to rent a house in Kipsongo was 150
per month.
Yes, per month. So I used to rent that. Kipsongo is not that ni nyumba ya matope. No, ni nyumba ya nini, what do you call, hizi makaratasi. They have built like Manyata in Kipsongo. So to rent it is 150. So that 150 is for that month peke yake. So sometimes it used to be very difficult to pay that 150. But I used to save everything there. Then I told this Kama, I have my money, I've saved somewhere. I don't know is how much. Please look for people who can help me to count. He told me, I will help you with some few women. They took some good number of women in the street. Then they helped me count the money.
We're at this particular point that, you saved over this 1.8 million, and you decided to take the street children actually to school. Others you decided to feed, and I'm telling you, this is I'm just wondering how God actually gave you this desire and this calling, just to be a blessing to the street children. And it's so peculiar that at that tender age you started doing ministry. Sisi wengine kuna some of us actually don't even know what you want to do with our life, but that is so amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, but let us continue from that point. From that point that actually you were traveling, actually ulikuwa umefika pale Nakuru ukapata place ya kulala.
Yeah, for street kids a place to sleep is not a problem. Street kids anaweza lala kando ya barabara, hana shida. So I think when I got to Nakuru, I fed the kids, and after feeding the kids, I was on my way to Nairobi. Then I think inaitwangaje magari hizo matransit hizo, what is it called, you're traveling, so nikapanda gari ya petrol station hii ya mafuta.
Yeah,
nilipanda hiyo gari, so and I stood, then nikapata place ya kukaa. That vehicle moved from Nakuru to Mombasa. That's where I found myself up in Mombasa.
But you're going to Nairobi.
I was going to Nairobi. And I went to Mombasa. And in Mombasa, my mission was only one. Let me just feed this kid. I get so excited when I see a smile of a street kids. I don't know, but I get unusual excitement when I just see a smile of an orphan. That is always me. So after feeding them, I talked to another guy. I told the other guy, another person, that I have 1,000. I remain with 1,000. Can imagine, from 500.
From 500,000. Actually, from 1 million. 1.8 million. Ukabaki na 500 shillings.
1,000.
1,000 shillings.
Yeah, I told the other person. That is where my mind came back. Sema, wow. Sasa, I have 1,000 and I'm going to Kitale. How can you help me? Then they took me to a certain kabas. I sat behind there and kwa gari people are giving me as they are drinking their water whatever they give me, and then I was drinking also the juice. You know, traveling from Mombasa to Kitale is very far. So on your way maybe you'll stand somewhere to eat. I don't have that money. The only money that I had I've paid. So people are giving me, someone will buy 2, give me. Tukifika Nakuru the same. So that's how I managed to survive. When I got back to Kitale, I began a fresh life in the street. That's where now my ministry was born. But was born with pain. I went back to pain now. Leave alone ile pain ya kwanza. This was now the real pain that made me who I am today. So I remember it was raining and I was out looking for food to eat. And any time I get food, you know, the street kids, there are those young street kids who are born in the street. They don't have maybe shuka, they have nothing, but it's raining. So I used to get something in me used to refuse that life. So I'll go back that maybe hapo kwa stage and I start borrowing. Mama nisaidie leso, give me this, tafadhali leso. But that leso was not mine, because I knew I've left the kids there. There are ladies there, my sisters there who gave birth. These kids don't have something to wear, so I'll borrow them, and then when they give me, I'll take to them. So there's this one day, after a few years, there's this one day now I was there. I met these older street kids. Then these older street kids, I was carrying some food. They took away my food and then they slapped me. And then I cried. Then when I cried, wakakuja wakanipiga. Kunipiga. And then people now, because it was a stage, people thought it is a thief that was being beaten. I went through hell. I was beaten by mob.
What?
It was around 1 a.m. I was beaten by mob. I was beaten until I couldn't raise my neck, I couldn't raise my waist, I couldn't raise my head, my leg and my hands. I couldn't raise nothing in my body. But the blood was everywhere. My mouth is removing blood, my nose blood, my eyes removing blood, my legs huku chini removing blood, my waists inatoa damu. And I slept. I found myself in Kitale district again. I was carried. Everyone knew that this one I was gone. Everyone knew that this one will not survive. What helped me, it was the rain that was raining. Because the rain became so intense. So people, when they were beating me, the rain became so intense. Ilinyesha sana. And then people were running away from the rain. That's why I was left. And then mvua ilinyesha. Mimi nilinyesha na hiyo mvua with all those wounds and pain. Kufika, one doctor, I heard him. He said that huyo hawezi survive. Huyo mtu wenye I think munde mchimbia kaburi. Huyo hawezi, huyo ameenda. But that doctor who healed me then was not around. It was another doctor. But God had it. God took someone, a stranger, who told the nurses, take care of him till I come tomorrow. Let me go think what I can do to him. But I believe he can survive. Wakasema tufanye operation, tumweke chuma kwa mgongo, na we thought that siwezi simama, siwezi fanya nini. So my work is just to lie. Then that doctor said, no, it's a young man. His bones are still young and he's still growing. We can do something. Then this doctor came 4 a.m. and started working on me. And he told me, do you believe in God? I said, yes. Do you believe in God? Yes. Can you be able to eat? No. Because ulimi ikona as in They have wounded my tongue. They have wounded my lips. They have wounded my teeth. So they had to look for a pipe that they can put in so that I can be able to eat. That doctor said, no, this is a young man. He can still do it. And then he began giving me kama ni waru at I smash. And then he will give me some like uji, like that. So it was small with small treatment for about 5 months. I was in the hospital, in Kitale District Hospital. And then I woke up now in Kitale District. And then I began working with this, what do you call, hizi manini nye vilema wanatembelea, those sticks. So I was given those sticks to work with. So I never used to stand alone. I never used to support myself because my waist was not fully healed. Then I was told that there's nothing much they can do. This doctor told me that, let's go, you stay in my house. I stayed in his house for 4 months until I came out strongly, healed, kabisa. And I went back to street. Now when I went back to street, I found that some of the kids that I took to school wameshatoroka. I took them
back.
Yes, I took them back with no money. And I was begging the teachers. I was telling the teachers, wacha niende nifanye kazi, lakini wacha wasome. And the teachers were asking me, mbona usisome? And I used to say, mimi nikipata nafasi ndasoma. Mbona usisome? But I went back in the street and I began working afresh. I used to wash people's clothes. I used to take care of people's cows. I used to do anything that can give me money. And all this money that I get, I know I have a family back. These street kids. And that was the life that I decided, no, these kids, they have to live good life, not me. So from there, I went back to this doctor and I told doctor, I'm healed. I can work. The doctor told me, you are going nowhere, I'm taking you to school. But there's one thing my mom told me. God is the only person who can rescue you. You know, when someone tells you that God is the only person who can rescue you at that young age, so you think that God will come from heaven,
literally,
and rescue you. So I never used to believe to anybody until I need help. So niliishi street Kitale. I feed the kids. I worked with so many supermarkets in Kitale. I worked with so many bodas in Kitale. Until now, it got to a point everybody said, no, go to school. Is when I went to Mlimani Primary. Mimi sikuanza huko manyuma. Because when I used to get part-time, I used to go to school. I nezenda shule like once in a while. I've gone to 20 primary schools.
20?
Before I finish my KCP. 20 primary schools. Because sina fee. Sasa nimeanza kujitafutia. I've gone to like more than 50 towns just to look for education. I've studied in Teso, Amagoro, Angurai, uko chini yote, just to look for school fees. I've gone to Kisumu, Maseno, uko ndani, Bondo. I've gone to Nandi. I've gone to so many places. Then I got a friend who brought me to Nairobi. So in Nairobi I used to live in Grogon. I used to sleep in Grogon. I used to stay in Grogon. I don't have a place to go. I don't have anyone to help me. I have nothing. I used to beg. I used to come to Nairobi CBD and start begging people afresh. And the little money I get, I have the same principle. I don't know what tomorrow holds. Let me save the little. Because sijui kama kesho ndapewa tena. So I'll save that one. When the street kids are crying that leo tujapata pesa, I'll hide myself and go remove some money somewhere that I've hidden somewhere. That 50 shillings, that 20 that people will give me, I used to get it and give to them. Bye. Tununue ikidheri to share. Tununue. You know, street kids began loving me. So that's the time now I walk in town. And when I walk in town, I met a man of God, Reverend Dr. Joseph Matko. When I met him, I never knew he was a pastor. But I used to disturb him a lot. I used to tell him, hey, mzawa masuti, sutusaidie na kitu. Honestly. I used to disturb him a lot. And then he used to tell, he used to have securities. There were securities there. So security will chase me, but tomorrow will give me. So that's how he pulled me to church. Miracle Life Assembly. We were in Du Bois then. That was no long time ago, Kagiri. That was 2010. Because I left the street in 2010. So that is the time now. He used to pull me. He pulled me, tell me, usiishi maisha. Come, you're my son.
Yeah.
So when someone tells you you're my son, mimi nasema, ama my dad didn't die. This is my dad. Yeah. So small, I ran away. Nikarudi Kitale. When I went back to Kitale, I got the kids that nilikuwa nimepeleka shule. I've grown up. Then in Kitale Stadium, there was this tournament, football. So there was this wazungu, that mzungu is called Oliver. He came to street and he said, the first person who will have more goals will go be rescued. Then I said, I think I do. And I scored 2 goals. There's a friend of mine who scored 3. So when he wanted to score the 4th one, he gave it to me. And I scored. And I was taken. And I was taken to Birunda Children's Home Rescue Center. And I stayed there. Then I met other kids that were in the street, they were rescued. Then these kids, tulikuwa tuende German. Then, kwenda German, we go to this Moi International Eldoret Airport. We go there. And after kulipiwa ticket ya kila kitu, I got to Eldoret TV. And my heart refused. Say, no, you're not going. You are not going. And I began crying. And this Muzungu told me, I've paid my money. I've wasted my time. We are going. There are people who are waiting for you for scholarship in Germany. We are going with you. I cried until I created drama kwa airport. So they said, tukiendelea hivi, tutashikwa. Because this is a kid and he's crying. So leave him. And I was given, I think it was 2,000. Go! Don't ever disturb us again. They went with my 3 friends. Because we were 4. They went with the 3 friends. And when they board, now I went back to the street.
Yani, you had this golden opportunity to leave this country.
Yes.
To go to Germany.
Yes.
But you say, you know what, I'm not going.
Because my mind was, there are small kids that I've left there. Who are they living with? I'm going to Germany. To do what? With who? So I say, with who? No, let me go back. This is my mother's land. And I went back. And I began feeding the street kids. That's why I came. When I came, now Bishop took me. And when Bishop took me now, nikaanza kusomeshwa pole pole mpaka nikamaliza. But from there, one thing that I've never left is to feed the street kids. So far, I've fed 100,000 street kids.
Wow.
I've educated 48,000 street kids. I've rescued 90,000 street kids.
Wow.
With my hands.
That is so amazing.
I've never gone to any man abroad to contribute to feed the street kids. No.
You have done this with your bare hands.
I kneel down every day.
Oh my God. Wow.
And I tell God, if you truly told me to do it, then provide it. I'll post on Facebook and I'll tell people, let's do this. I'm going to feed the street kids. And believe you me, I don't know where the funds are coming from. This KCSE Meisha, I had 4 who are starting for KCP.
Yeah.
KCSE, I had 48 who were starting in KCP.
Yeah.
None of them have gone below 200 marks. Every year, I walk in university to take a kid. I walk in secondary school to take a kid. I walk in primary school to take a kid. I rescue street kids every day. I pay rents of millions of people. I have about 14 right now who got scholarship there in Germany, and they are from street. They don't have mother, they don't have father, they have nobody who can really take care of them. They were looking up to me.
Wow.
When I fail, they have failed. When I succeed, they have succeeded. I cried, I prayed just to see these kids succeeding. Right now, nobody can tell me something about abroad because God has helped me. Mi kuna place sijaifika in abroad, but there are kids that are fed in Kenya, and God provided us as a good Samaritan who is educating them in outside there. I've never gone, but Kagiri, every Saturday I'll be in town, I'll be in the street talking to street kids, telling them what can we do, why do we this, why are we living this life. I always say something very clear. I'm not strong when it comes to children's home. It's not my area. But give me a kid who is drugged, abused, who cannot see, who has taken that bank, that glue, mpaka kila mtu anasema this one can never change, uyi maisha, give me that one and give me 21 days. I'll bring you a lawyer, I'll bring you a presenter, I'll bring you a governor.
Wow.
Na nikuambie ndio huyu.
Wow.
Because I know very well that is my strength. That kid ukimwona ameka hapo kwa street, he's suffering, crying, nobody to help, don't trash that kid. That is my area now. And when I knew my area, I stopped doing charity everywhere.
Yeah.
I began focusing on one point. Street kids.
Wow.
Street kids. Every day I wake up, my mind is street kids. How many can I feed today? There is a day in Eldoret I fed 3,000 street kids. Barehanded. I cooked for them. Chapati. That's why I knew to pick a chapati. I can cook chapati 3 bundles. Because of street kids, I do it. Nyama, I do it. I will never. Kagiri, you're my witness. I usually send you messages all the time.
Yeah.
Why? Because I believe that because I know you and because you're close to me, because you know me, in why for God to allow us to meet, meaning there's something you have for me, and there's something I have for you.
Yeah.
Mine is to maintain relationship. That's all. And as long as I'm doing something genuine and God has approved, believe you me, I don't need to cry to any human being to provide. God will use people to provide.
Wow.
I've seen God in my life. People have come, have given us money to feed, just to feed the street kids. People have come. Someone will call you, want to sponsor a kid, and then you're in your house. You began crying, saying, God, how?
Wow.
I didn't know where this kid was going.
Wow. This is so amazing. One man can do so, one man can do, many things actually with the help of God. Yeah. So long as you have that willingness. Because actually from you, you're just selling kangumu. From kangumu, you raised 1.8 million and you feed the street children. Yeah. That is so amazing. Wow. That is so amazing. And I know many people may not really know that this actually thing that you're doing out of sacrifice. Not because you yourself, you are that land at that particular time, not because you are in a good place, but it's because out of sacrifice. And because God saw what the desire that you have for the street children. That's why God even made sure that, you will be alive to celebrate the goodness of God.
Yes.
So thank you so much for what you're doing for the community. And may God bless you.
Amen.
But now coming back even to your story, now because also we had played your song. Yeah. So even when at what point actually did you even start doing music, even as you are doing all these projects?
When I joined Miracle Life Assembly, and Miracle Life Assembly, by grace of God, we are on Thika Road, Garden Estate Road near Rosters.
Yeah.
And there's one thing that I believe: you will never fly in life without a father. You might have million of potential, of vision, of mission, but without a mentor, you can never mentor.
Yeah.
So you have to be mentored for you to mentor. My father in the Lord, Reverend Dr. Joseph Matko, he's the one. I went to his office and I told him, sir, I think I want to sing. And I remember he gave me, I think, 6,000. He told me, after studio, you record, we listen to the studio song. And I went to studio and I record my own things. And when I came back, he said, wow, me like this music. Why don't you look for another 6,000, you go record another one? But when a musician listen to that song, he'll say, ay, apana. No, don't do it.
Yeah.
So, but he encouraged me. He built me.
Yeah.
Until this day that I met Mbuvi, Kwata Kawaya. We went to studio and we record our first song, Trust in You. And that trust in you was a testimony. Because me, all my song, even the ones that are coming up now, there's no song that I'm writing now. Hakuna. All this song, I have a book when I was going through what I was going through then.
Yeah.
Easy songs is at 2009, 205.
Yeah.
Because I used to write a lot of songs. I ask myself, if I cannot get a platform to tell my story, why should I not create a platform for myself to help people? And that platform was only music. That's why when you listen to every song, it's like a testimony I'm giving. Because it's just a story. Me, I just get to studio and give you my story. Nothing much. Because I believe I can only give what I have. What I don't have, I cannot imagine. It can't even happen.
Yeah.
So that's why I recorded and I've been recording and I'm recording. But I've been helped by Mbuvi, Dr. Eddie. There is Serve the Beat. I've been helped by Sledge, Daddy Owen, a lot of people. DK Kwenye Beat, Mash Mwana. Those are friends who came through and, they saw what was in me. Because me, I'm a good writer. There are so many gospel song hata zingine nasikia najua wow. Because I know I'm the one who wrote that song.
For real?
Yeah.
Can you mention one big one?
I don't want. It's a secret.
Okay.
I've wrote a lot of music. A lot. Because me, I'm a good writer. Mi naeza kaa hivi chini even now na nikakupatia tu song. Because based on my own story too. I can give you testimony because song is testimony.
Yeah.
And I can give you million of testimony. And this testimony, I can translate them to song. Let us just praise God or let us worship God. This is the much God has done in our life. You needed a car, but you have a motorbike. Thank God. Let us start there. You need a motorbike, but you have a bicycle. Thank God. You needed a bicycle, but you have leg. Thank God. There are people who don't have legs. There are people who cannot walk. Let us start there by thanking God with what we have now for us to get what we want tomorrow. So that's how I began creating songs. And I began, even when I go to the street, I teach kids to do it, to sing. I teach them, I give them opportunity to do their talent. So now as you are concluding, I want to give you a message, anybody who is listening to us. One thing I want to tell you is this. There is nothing in life that cannot be gotten, or you cannot get, or you cannot be. There is no position in life that you'll never be.
Mm-hmm.
Any position that you see, any position that you admire,
Yeah.
believe you me, you can be there.
Mm-hmm.
You only need correct structural way of how to get there.
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing that I'm always careful in my life. I cannot tell you that I've not made mistakes in life. I've made a lot of mistakes. But I came to realize valuing process is more important than results.
Wow.
Valuing process is more important than results.
Mm-hmm.
Today, if I call you and I give you 1,000 shillings and I've not taught you how to get that 1,000, I've even digged your grave.
True.
And you have buried yourself.
Yes.
But if I teach you how you can get that 1,000 without me giving you,
Mm-hmm.
I've built a heaven for you.
Mm-hmm.
So value process than results. Today's youth, they run for results more than the process. That's why in 2020,
Mm-hmm.
we buried a lot of celebrities
Yeah.
because of this depression.
Mm-hmm.
Fame is not great than greatness. Integrity is what matters in the line of success. So, for me to be here, it is not heaven and earth.
Mm.
It is not my will. It is not your will. But God's will has allowed me to talk to you today.
Yeah.
Let us come to an agreement that let's value this process.
Mm.
God has a way to pay us. No matter how time, no matter how long it's going to take, believe you me, you'll get there.
Mm.
You'll get there. Today, I've not even stepped in university. I can't lie to you.
Yeah.
But I've kids who have gone to university.
Mm-hmm.
Have kids who are working as bankers.
Mm-hmm.
And there are so many things that really I didn't manage to get the opportunity to get there. But my aim was, how can this one be there? Because where you cannot be, you can support someone to be.
And I think that is the narrative that we need to change as believers. Because sometimes we want to be better than others, while God has called us just to put others as priority, because God knows, that you've been given that mandate, and God knows that, you can be able to do this. And that is so amazing.
Yeah. So you have to do it, and you have to be very, very, very courageous, and you have to be very focused.
Mm.
There's something that God gave me to do, and I'm still working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's coming, maybe it might blow even this country. But that thing, I'm still on it. I'm not even in a hurry of results.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm still building it. You're getting?
Yeah.
So, to all our listeners, the people who are listening to me, you have taken your time to listen to me today,
Mm-hmm.
I want to say thank you. My name is Sifa Favor. I'm the founder of the Face of the Street Kids, formerly known as the Voice of the African Child.
Mm-hmm.
Because our foundation got attacked on social media, people are on, and then the Voice of African Child, they took it away. But we never tired. We went back, and God gave us a name. It's called the Face of the Street Kids. When you go to Facebook page, search the Face of the Street Kids. And by grace of God, I always give people opportunity. If you want to be part of this mission, if you want to be part of this ministry, there are numbers to call. You call just 0710 41 30 10. 0710 41 30 10. Call that number, and you'll be blessed. And if you want to maybe to also participate in feeding a child, because we feed every Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to participate to feed a child, we also have our pay bill number. It's 404 5339. 404 5339. Account number, you can put your name, you can put where you are coming from, if you're listening from Kawangware, Nakuru, wherever, just that is account number. You can put there.
Okay.
And then search us on Facebook, be part of us. And then this mission of 60 bob,
Yes.
because of 60 seconds,
Yes.
believe you me, you'd never know where it will take you. Be a giver, and God will bless you so much.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen. Thank you so much, Sifa Favor, for sharing. And may God bless you.
96.9 FM, Pearl Radio.